Hello, and welcome to the Movie Universe. I'm your host, Movie Fan. Today I'm going to be playing The Little Mermaid on Nintendo. The gameplay itself is really quite simple. It starts off after Ariel has met Eric. The graphics are absolutely great here. And immediately, Ariel has to go back to being a mermaid to try to stop Ursula from taking over the sea. Now, I know that's not exactly true to the movie, but how could you make that work as a game? So that's alright. Immediately, Ariel turns into a mermaid, jumps in to save her friends, and here the fun begins. And it's really quite simple. The D-pad moves, the A button makes you move faster, and the B button makes you flick your tail to shoot bubbles. You actually use those bubbles to hit bad fish. You fire the bubbles at the fish a couple of times, and you entrap them in the bubbles. You can use the A button to grab the bubbles, and the B button to shoot them off. Pretty cool, huh? The A button is also useful for picking up conch shells, which are used for more powerful targets like treasure chests. And believe me, you're going to need that. It helps a lot. Because when you hit a treasure chest with a conch shell, you can get special items like pipes, forks, and most importantly, red orbs. The pipes and forks help you gain points, which of course helps give you extra lives. But the red orbs power your bubbles. The more powerful your bubble is, the less times you have to swish your tail to capture your foes. Believe me, that helps a lot. Most of the game is a simple side scroller. You just scroll to the right, up, down, here, and there to try to get to your main objective, or your main boss, as it were. The first boss is the shark. The second boss, actually I should say bosses, are Flotsam and Jetsam. The third boss is a walrus. The fourth boss is a seahorse, which I like to call King Seahorse because of the way he looks. And of course, the fifth boss is the one and only Ursula. How you defeat your bosses is really quite simple. All you do is use your bubbles to capture some small fish and crabs and just use them to hit your enemies. Of course, with the walrus, that's a change of pace because what he does is he kicks down conch shells and you have to pick them up and try to angle them up where it hits him. How you do that is you hit the up and right button on the D-pad at the same time and fire simultaneously with the B button. It's not easy, it takes a lot of practice to do, but you can do it. Of course, the best part is facing Ursula, just hitting her in her big fat chin with those fish and conch shells that come your way. I love it. Most people would probably say that this was a girls' game, and that's probably true because it was most likely geared towards girls because, well, it's The Little Mermaid. Probably one of the most iconic girls' movies of all time. So you can see how Nintendo would try to use this to lure girls into its game system, that way they can appeal to a broader audience. Was it successful? I don't really know. I can't find any information on that. All I know is that back in the day, girls did not want to play video games. They wanted to play with their Barbies, which is the reason why there's actually a Barbie game out there. But either way, the game is great. It's absolutely perfect. The controls are smooth, it's got great challenges. Sometimes you can be stuck in an area if you're not careful enough, but it's tons of fun to play. I would say that if you don't have this game, you need to get it, because it is tons of fun. In fact, I would go so far as to say, it's the perfect Disney game. This is Movie Fan, signing off.